Hello, chat. Am I live? I cannot tell. Oh, yay. I was like, did I break it? Hello, 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 hello. Why is my title not updated? I hate when it does that. Oh, well. Hi, hi, hi. It's updated? Oh. Hmm. It just didn't make it to the bot. Oh, okay. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello. Oh my goodness. This will be fun. Okay. Um Listen, there's going to be a lot of people here that don't typically watch me. I know there's a lot of people here for a lot of different reasons. But the biggest thing I'm going to say to my mods is don't time people out who are just trying to share their opinions, okay? And also to like chatters, don't fight hate with hate, because I've never ever wanted that. So please do not do that. Just, let people speak their minds, and that's okay. Okay. And when in doubt, if you're upset with what someone says, let's just I don't want my chat to be a place for hating on other people. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are mad at me. I totally understand. I get it. I get it. And I'm not mad at you guys for being mad at me, for the record. I get it. I understand. And for the people that aren't mad at me, I don't think this conversation is for you. I don't, if you're not mad at me, I don't owe you an apology. But if you are mad at me, I do owe you an apology. If I hurt you, I do owe people that I hurt an apology. So that's what's most important to me. So I understand. I understand. Understand that there's a lot of opinions, but something that's important to me and has always been important to me is that if I hurt someone, I owe them an apology. And that's not like, that's just who I am as a person. No matter who I hurt, like, that's just who I am. So just a lot to talk about. Turn off ads. Oh, I didn't know ads were running. How do I do that? Yeah, I do think the bare minimum is apologizing to people that you hurt. I do think so. Oh, my mod is going to turn off my ads. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm going to wait till I get confirmation that the ads are gone. Are they out of here? I'm going to try to read chat, but I understand kind of a lot going on right now. Should be off. Thank you. Okay. Also, like I said, I know a lot of people You put 8 ads on an apology stream. I have a bot that runs ads. Um, and I forgot to turn it off, but my mod just turned it off. So uh, that's just a misunderstanding. It's automatic. There's actually a few things that are have been out of my hands that people are mad at me for. But you know, I'll explain that. And this is a little overwhelming at the moment, admittedly. I'm trying not to get distracted. I'm not a professional at this, but yeah. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna go ahead and close chat. Do you want slow mode or unique mode? Maybe both would be helpful. Thank you. Sorry. I have never done something like this. But ads should be off and everyone should be good. And again, if you don't think there's a few people in here that are saying I don't need to apologize. If you don't think I need to apologize, then this apology isn't for you. So you don't need it. But regardless, if I hurt anyone, I like to apologize to people that I've hurt. And that's just something about me. And I've heard what a lot of people are saying. I've heard what a lot of people are saying, and I am sorry for the hurt that I've caused people. I'm really sorry. Like, again, if you don't want this apology, then it's not for you. And clearly you're not hurt, but I'm apologizing to people that I've hurt, and that's important to me. So if you're a part of the queer community and I've hurt you, I am sorry. If you are a person of color who I've hurt, I am sorry. I am. I really am. I think the way I was wording things was very like irresponsible and wrong. And I'm sorry. This is not about me. It's annoying that I'm chill. I'm fine. I just, I don't articulate myself well, which means I can't really be upset if what I'm trying to convey is misunderstood. Because like, don't get me wrong, at first I was like, how could that be taken this way? And then I listened and I learned and I said, oh my God. Because it wasn't my intention, but I did articulate things very irresponsibly, and that sucks. I did a really poor job at articulating myself. Even some of the clips I've seen, I feel so irresponsible for my own wording. I really do. And I'm sorry for that. I watched it back. I understand why it was hurtful. I've read the comments, believe it or not. I have gotten a lot of feedback. I've reached out to people personally, obviously, that may or may not have been affected by this. I just, wanted to make sure. But I watched it back and I understand even the tone of my voice is very flippant and defensive. And I understand that that's a problem. I've always struggled with my tone of voice. It's like a persistent problem of mine, as well as articulating my thoughts correctly. Um, I didn't go live right away uh, to make sure I could gather my thoughts and try to articulate them correctly. Um, I think I just need to like explain uh, that I know that I'm privileged because I can move through these spaces and exist safely without being threatened in a way that queer, trans, and people of color are threatened. Um, and I have uh, I've always viewed my role as someone who cares about marginalized communities, and I've always viewed my role as a supporter and an ally. But sometimes, to be a good ally, you need to shut up and listen. Um, and I know that. um, and I'm sorry if it seemed like I didn't know that. Um, I just think, like, I think overall, I really do try to be a positive influence. I really do. But the way I articulate it, I ignored how privileged I am to be able to navigate my relationships that way. Um, I didn't make it clear that I'll always fight bigotry and I'll always try to be a good role model and a good influence. But I want to be a good ally, and I want to be a positive influence not just for streamers but for like very young impressionable audiences. I know that that role can't fall on people who are directly threatened or affected, and I'm sorry if I'm sorry that I did hurt people in this community and other communities. That was never my intention. Um, I have conversations with people in private and in public to try to like evoke streaming in the or evoke streaming evoke progress in the streaming space. Um, and I do so with hope that it can be more welcoming. I think I have been very true to building bridges. I've always said that that's my goal. Um, and that will always be my goal. Um, yes, like my mod just said, chat, this is not your place to fight with other chatters. Um, please, please do not do that. That is, I'm asked by mods not to ban people, but if you are being directly hateful to somebody, then you will be banned if you're being hateful. If you're just sharing your opinion, I understand. And I'm, hoping to see some of them and listen. But if you're just being hateful to somebody else in chat, not towards me, you can be hateful towards me. I already told my mods not to ban that. If you know, but if you're being hateful to someone else in chat or another streamer, that's not what I'm about. I've never been about that. So, yeah, I think, I don't know. I think I hope I hope I can prove my purpose in this space, um, through listening to lived experiences of people that are affected. And it feels awful that it seemed to some people that I'm just comfortable with bigotry. I'm not a bigoted person. I'm not. That's just not who I am. And I'll continue to show that. But I understand if you don't accept my apology. And I understand um, if you're still mad at me, but I'm still very sorry. I understand if you don't feel safe watching me or if you don't feel safe watching my collaborations. I understand that. Um, I hope to prove to you that my community is a safe space. My community even isn't even who's watching right now. It's very I just hope to prove that to you is all. But again, and then obviously, like, I'm sorry, I keep looking at chat. I'm not trying to look at chat, but it's just hard when I know a lot of you have a lot of things you want to say. As for being upset that I dragged Katie and Vanilla into the conversation, that's fair and valid. That's so fair and valid, and I was so wrong for that. I shouldn't have brought it up. Vanilla and I have had multiple conversations in the last few weeks about the internet being difficult to navigate and exist in lately, and I started ranting inappropriately. I won't pretend like that was the space for that. It wasn't. You know, I'm an asshole for bringing it up. It just there's a time and a place, and I'm really sorry if you felt uncomfortable during that. I know I have a problem reading the room. It's like actually pretty embarrassing. But regardless, I lack social cues. I lack social awareness. This is something I've dealt with my whole life. Um, but that's my fault. I really struggled to read social situations. I've talked about it for many years that I struggle with social situations, and so I feel like an idiot whenever that does happen. And I feel stupid. I feel really dumb, and I feel embarrassed, and I feel like an asshole. And I've apologized to Katie and Vanilla individually. Again, there's a time and a place, and I did not I did not I I am sorry for that. I'm sorry to the communities that watched it that were uncomfortable. I know you guys didn't sign up for that. We were supposed to be playing video games. So I'm sorry to you guys. I I I hate that I made you uncomfortable. I I will not be asking them to collab anytime soon. I would that's not their fault. And I hate to see that they've been dragged into any of this. I don't think that's fair at all. Um, it makes me really sad that because I can't read a social situation that they've been dragged. That's really not. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to them, and um, I don't like that people are dragging them because of things I said. So, if anything, please just you know, leave them out of it. It was my fault. I shouldn't have brought it up. I should have read the room. If I could go back in time, it'd be so different, but I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. A few other things I've seen you guys talk about it. There's been a lot of confusion about the VOD being deleted. Vanilla clarified on her stream. So like these are her words, they are not mine. Well, I guess they're mine because they're coming out of my mouth. So sorry about that. That was stupid. That it was her idea to delete the VODs. She wanted to edit out where we talked. I don't know how to do that. I have one of my mods does that for me whenever we do edited segments. And so I said, oh, it's no big deal. I'll just delete mine. But you did push it hard because she was uncomfortable. And so once she stated that she was uncomfortable, that's when I'm able to read the room. So once I'm told that someone, like once I'm able to understand that she was uncomfortable, I'm obviously going to oblige with her request. I wasn't forcing anyone to delete the VODs. I didn't even realize at the time how poor my tone was, how poor my articulation was. I didn't know that. Vanilla said she was uncomfortable and she thought people were going to take clips out of context. She was correct. And she was correct in being uncomfortable. And I'm happy that she said something. And I'm happy that she was comfortable enough to ask for the VODs deleted. And I'm happy that we deleted the VODs because that's what she wanted. And then there's been a really big misconception about DMCA strikes. Since the VOD was deleted, I did a singing stream after. I've been wanting to do a singing stream. If you watch me, you know that. And whenever I do singing streams, I delete the VOD because I'm embarrassed of my singing. And I started the singing stream, and I sang some of my unreleased music. I sang 3 of my unreleased songs, and then people were threatening to upload that. And so, yes, admittedly, I was on edge and I was being a bitch about that. And I recognize that even saying this now, that might happen, that people might upload my unreleased songs. But I wanted to clear the record, and I was only thinking of my music being released. But I understand how that's being perceived now as Cutie is, copy striking anyone that posted the convo. I'm not. I've not sent out one copy strike. And even if you uploaded my music now, I don't know if I'd do anything. So that's, it sucks that that's where it went. I have, I even went into my mod Discord the second it happened. And I said, if you see anyone upload my music, let me know. That's what it was about. It was about my music that I've worked. Anyway. And then as for the blocking on Twitter, if you, again, a lot of this is coming from a lot of people that don't follow me and don't know me. But if you do follow me, you know that I literally, like, I don't have Twitter on my phone. I don't have access to it. Twitter is bad for my mental health. If you've followed me for a long time, you know that I have multiple mods that I pay to block people on Twitter. I've done this for years. My team does not differentiate hate online I do get a lot of hate. I don't look at it for my own mental health, but I have a whole team that blocks people. I assure you, it wasn't my intention to silence voices. Uh, I've heard the upset. I've told them to stop blocking people, so you should not get blocked now. Um, I I do want to listen to your lived experiences. I'm sorry that those voices were silenced. Um, I understand why people are really hungry to have this conversation. Um, and you deserve an outlet. And I'm sorry it was put on deaf ears. I'm sorry that the balance between criticism and actual like feedback was thin. And um and yeah, my team banned you. I'm not gonna blame like I'm not mad at my team for that. They were just doing their jobs. Um, I have told them to stop. You can share, um, you know, I I promise to continue to educate myself. I will never stop educating myself ever. Like that's not something that I do. Um, um, I know a lot of people are going to be mad and stay mad, and that's okay. I understand. Um, but I do believe this got to corners of the internet that I have never been a part of. I could never expect strangers to know my intention. Um, but I'll always stand for building bridges. I will always stand for that. That doesn't mean people need to use them, but I hope to I hope to be a good role model. It's all I've ever worked on, so I hope to continue doing that and continue being a positive influence. Is all. But um, I am trying to read chat, but I don't know if it's entirely productive at the moment because um, it's going a little fast. Um, again, there's more people mad about the blocking and the cease and desist and the deleted VODs. I covered that. Feel free to watch it back. Um, no one will be blocked on Twitter anymore. So feel free to post whatever. Again, I literally, I'm showing you, I don't have the app. I go to it on my phone. It's restricted. I didn't like, we do block and have always blocked people that were hateful. Um, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that you felt like, not you felt, that's not fair. I'm really sorry that by blocking criticism, I was silencing voices and stories. Um, that wasn't my intention. Um, okay, I don't know if there's any more of a like productive conversation I can have right now. Um, because again, a lot of these people a lot of people in chat right now aren't necessarily a part of my community, and but just know that I hope you come back and visit and see that my community is a safe space for everybody. But if you don't feel that way, I totally respect it. I totally respect it. So, I also know that there's been, TikTok posts and stuff like that on my TikTok. Again, I don't run my TikTok. I don't have it on my phone, but I've also asked my social media manager to stop posting TikToks for a while. And also like, I just like, social media is very bad for me. I stay off of it. I have a lot of pieces in place of other people that manage those things. And I'll say it again. There's not one person that has been sent a cease and desist from me because I was talking about my music. I was talking about my unreleased music that a lot of people have worked on, and I was trying to protect that. You leaked it though? Yes, to 2,000 people watching live, which is something I've done many times. I didn't leak it. I didn't leak my music to upload it onto YouTube or for other people to make money off of it. That's not what I was doing. I sang it to my audience that I had. I would hope that no one would go against what I'm sharing. But yeah, that sucks. Even people right now saying I'm focusing or I'm faking my voice sucks, but this is all I can do. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys. For those of you that, all right, it's time to go, I think. But regardless, I'm happy to have apologized to those who deserve an apology. You can take it. You don't have to take it. I understand. And thanks for watching, I suppose. I will see you guys another time. I don't know when, but I'll see you guys another time. But